What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another Star Wars Unlimited Unlimited Universe video here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today's video, we're gonna be centered around my favorite non-Force user of all time within the Star Wars universe, and that is Grand Admiral Thrawn, specifically Rebels Thrawn. You know, the Canon Thrawn, and wondering something key per one of the episodes. Now, in season 2, episode 10. Called An Inside Man, where we see that, you know, malfunctions are happening within the Empire. There's saboteurs and stuff like that going on where you know, Imperial equipment are harming Imperial workers, that Thrawn steps in to basically, Canon Thrawn steps in to basically you know, rectify these issues that have been going on. And I wonder, would prequel Thrawn, you know, Thrawn from, you know, the prequel books, you know, Greater Good and stuff like that, you know, would, you know, Ascendancy Thrawn do things differently per this episode? Now, in this episode, Sumar is taken. He is basically forced to get on his specific vehicle here to do a test run. Thrawn forces him to turn the machine back on because he says that it's overheating, there's something wrong. And you know, that's when, you know, Sumar loses his life in the midst of this. Now, I wonder, would Ascendancy Thrawn, would prequel Thrawn make a decision to at least maybe possibly still use Sumar as a as, you know, someone to use in the situation, to where he basically still forces him to get on the vehicle, still has him turn it on, show that, you know, this specific thing is wrong with the vehicle, but then maybe possibly tell him to get off of the vehicle. Prequel Thrawn, Ascendancy Thrawn, he does do things differently than Canon Thrawn and even Legends Thrawn does. Like Canon Thrawn and Legends Thrawn are like one and the same, right? Like, they literally would do something like this where they're causing to end the life of an Imperial worker and then go have a drink, right? And we know that, you know, Thrawn is basically being watched by higher ups, and of course, you know, the Emperor and stuff like that. You know, we know these things are occurring to where he is under pressure to be able to make sure that things are running and functioning practically almost perfect within the Empire, right? And you know, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where I just sit back and I watched this episode, rewatched it recently, and I was just like, what would Ascendancy Thrawn do that he may possibly do different, to where he's still trying to get his point across, where Sumar does not lose his life here in season 2 of episode 10. I've talked to a few friends, and some of them say that, you know, Thrawn would probably more than likely, Ascendancy Thrawn, prequel Thrawn, probably more than likely still do this. Other friends are saying, you know, they are upset that Canon Thrawn did this. I would definitely hope that, and also doubt that prequel Thrawn, Ascendancy Thrawn wouldn't do something like this, go a different route. And I'm one of those people who feel and believe that Ascendancy Thrawn wouldn't take the route of Canon Thrawn, of Rebels Thrawn. Here, he wouldn't cause Sumar to lose his life here in this episode. Definitely, more than likely, would still possibly allow the vehicle to explode, just to show that, you know, hey, this is something that has been going on. We're gonna rectify this. Maybe, probably even take Sumar and throw him in prison and stuff like that, for, you know, for trial and things of that sort. So I just feel like Ascendancy Thrawn will more than likely do something different. But again, we don't know specifically what Ascendancy Thrawn will do. Maybe possibly he would still go the route per what Canon Thrawn, Rebels Thrawn did here in season 2 of episode 10 of Star Wars Rebels. But you know, it's just one of those things, guys. Again, he is tasked with these things. Emperor's watching him, other higher ups are watching. You know, Thrawn could easily get demoted and or even possibly kicked out of the Empire if he doesn't follow through with, you know, his daily duties here in the Empire. So it's just one of those things, guys, that I just thought that we should talk about here in this episode. What do you all think Ascendancy Thrawn would have done in this episode had he been placed taken from the prequel universe into the actual canon universe of Star Wars. Let's talk about some things. Let me know your thoughts. I'm looking forward to reading your comments below if you decide to share them. But remember, the Force will be with you always.